Listen up, students. It's College Code, the show where we break down every aspect of being a college student and give you the ultimate guide to navigating this new chapter in your life. Whether you're a freshman just trying to gain your footing or a senior needing a quick refresher, we've got you covered. Listen and take notes as our cast dish out their best advice for their favorite people, OWL people. In this episode, we'll talk about the basics of surviving your first semester, from dorm life to academics to your growing new social life. So dorm life is basically the period in time where you stay on campus. You're not a commuter, meaning you don't go from your home here. You actually stay on campus when nighttime comes.
Dorm life to me is kind of interesting because, it's a big change in your environment from living at home with your parents to now living on this university with, depending on how many roommates you have, 1 or 3, it's a big change.
It's definitely a time where you're gonna meet a lot of people with different points of view, and you're gonna have to learn how to interact with them and have it not all be chaos.
I lived in IRT for 2 years, and I think that the biggest thing for living on campus is having an open mind and positive attitude.
Living in a dorm is kind of like living at home. The only difference is your parents aren't there anymore to kind of tell you what to do. You got to do everything on your own.
Now since you're out here on your own, no one is usually telling you to clean your room, clean the bathroom, do this. So I feel like my philosophy now is cleanliness is next to godliness.
You have to take care of yourself. You have to make sure you know when to eat. You have to make sure you go to your own classes. It's all about you.
Gotta take a shower. Remember to do that. Do your homework. No one is gonna be on you. Eat. Don't just stay up all night on TikTok.
So you have to not only learn to be independent and do your own stuff, but you also have to learn how to be a roommate to someone you've never met before.
Cleanliness is a super important thing. I would say you don't want to be that nasty, dirty roommate, and then you come home and it's oh, why is my roommate never here? It's because they don't want to be there.
But one thing to always remember is when you're living in a shared space with a bunch of individuals, to just make sure you're staying courteous with your other students, making sure that you're being observant of everybody's different schedules. Some people work, some people have jobs early in the morning. Making sure that you're being courteous to them is always really important when you're living together in the same space.
Seriously, just treat your roommates how you want to be treated and respect their living space because it is also your living space.
Think of all the annoying things your brothers, your sisters do. Okay, just don't do that. And communicate with them. Talk about what you like. Are you a night owl? Are you a morning person? Figure out schedules. Because if somebody has an 8 a.m. class and you like to take 2-hour long showers, maybe you should wait until after they're done getting ready before you hop in.
But at the same time, don't let that person change who you are, because remember that it is still your space. So if you have a roommate that doesn't have class until 10 o'clock, but you have class at 8, but you need a coffee to function, make yourself a coffee.
Also at 2 in the morning, if you're gonna have someone in your room, whether it be a guy or a girl, just remember that the walls are thin. And keep in mind that your roommates are in very close proximity to you. And I'll just leave that one there.
I love living in the dorms. Few essentials that you definitely have to keep in mind. Bring an extra set of towels and an extra set of sheets.
One of the things I would that's so essential to living in a dorm is your mattress pad. You have to invest in a good one. Those things will literally make you knock out.
Bring a stuffed animal if you feel like you're gonna feel better because of that. Because one day you're gonna fail a test, you're gonna see your ex in the cafeteria, you're gonna feel like crap. And you know what? You're gonna need a stuffed animal to cuddle with and cry a little bit too.
My one thing, my most prized possession, basically my child, is my Xbox Series X.
Get you a plunger. It is very crucial for you to get that. You might not realize how important it is until you actually, leave something behind in the toilet and it won't flush. So please get you a plunger just for less embarrassment.
Also, don't forget to bring cleaning supplies because that's something that I low-key kind of forgot my first year and I had to do that. Make your parents pay for it. Don't pay for it yourself.
You guys should get a fridge, a microwave, and a Brita. A Brita. Yes, you're gonna need all of those. You're gonna need it. I'm telling you. When you have leftovers or when you don't have any water left, especially the packets of water. If you don't have any left, what the hell are you gonna drink? Nothing. You need a Brita.
I would say if you're gonna dorm, try not to dorm during a pandemic.
Now that you're in college, you may think, oh my gosh, it's not gonna be that different from high school. Wrong, you're lying. Unless you went to a prep school, then you probably are gonna have some loose footing.
I think college tricks you into thinking that it's a lot easier than high school, when in reality, you just have a lot more free time that you have to structure for yourselves.
You have more responsibility on you. Like, the professor's gonna be there, but it's a lot of stuff that you have to do yourself.
I really do need to have like a plan going into semesters about what time I'm gonna set off to study and what time I'm gonna set off to have social time.
Be organized. If you have a really big paper coming up, but you wanna go out this weekend, work on the paper throughout the week, get as far as you can on it, and then enjoy your weekend.
And try not to procrastinate. That's the number one thing that a lot of college students do, is procrastinate, and it really does hurt them.
If you're missing assignments, your teacher's not gonna come up to you and go, hey honey, you like missed this assignment last week, you should really maybe get it in. They don't care because they got like 1,600 other students.
And you're not a baby.
So you've gotta start being self-sufficient and being responsible enough to start keeping track of what you need to get done, your homework, going to class.
In college, you actually get to schedule your classes, which is really helpful and actually involves a lot of strategy.
If you're not a morning person, try not to pick an 8 a.m. class, because that's not gonna end well. You might oversleep and not wanna go.
Attendance sometimes isn't mandatory, so the intrusive thoughts will sometimes win and you will want to skip class, but don't do it. Just go to class.
So if you want to make sure that you're passing and making sure that you're moving on to your degree required courses, participate.
You need to learn. Some of the lectures, they're actually like, you actually need to like go to the lectures for like the exams, and it can actually help you understand like the materials better. So just don't skip, don't do that. Just go to class, you're paying for it.
Things that you should do in class is obviously pay attention, try and understand what's going on in the classroom, and say not be on your phone too much.
The teacher's giving a lecture and it's something they're passionate about, but you're sitting in like the first 2 rows and you're sitting there playing on your phone while the professor is talking and they can physically see you playing on your phone. That is so rude.
It's disrespectful.
That is so disrespectful.
At least go in the back. That's what I do.
Like, either sit in the back, play on your phone, put your phone away, or just don't show up to class.
If you're ever struggling in a class, or maybe like you are a full-time student, but you're also full-time working outside of school, reach out to your teachers. Don't be afraid to do it.
That's a big thing of building the relationship with your professors.
They genuinely want to see you succeed, and they want you to pass. They want you to leave the class. And just do it. It's not gonna hurt anyone. And in the end, if you don't really get all the help that you really do need from that class, you have the writing centers, the math centers.
An important thing to remember is we have the Get Wise rooms on campus. So if you need to go print something at like freaking 11:45 at night, you can go do that for free most of the time. And if you need like a blue Scantron or a green Scantron for like an exam that you forgot you had the next day, instead of freaking out that the bookstore is closed, you can go there. Go to the one in APT, because they will give you the resources you need to succeed like they want you to.
Pace yourself and relax and get good sleep.
Social life on campus, like, people fantasize about it, going to parties, going to clubs, going to tailgates, but social life isn't just about that. Social life can also be making friends, joining organizations on campus, doing me time, self-care. Like, these are all aspects to having a good social life on campus.
If you're an introvert, try really, really hard to break out of that, because being social in college is a lot different than being social in high school, especially if you go to a regional high school where you've been friends with the same kids for the past 12 years. Like, scrap all that, scrap everything you learned. Now you're about to start fresh.
It'll take time for you to really find what's out there and who's out there to try to, form your group and fit in where you're going to fit in, because you will fit in. Even if you think you won't, you will fit in somewhere.
As a freshman, it's very important to get involved. My freshman year, I joined student government on the House of Representatives, and I was also part of First and Proud, which is a club for first-generation students. Apart from that, I am also a sister of Alpha Delta Pi, and I really enjoyed Greek life. It helped me find a home away from home.
There's a bunch of organizations on campus that you can join that will legit, like, make you connections with people who have the same hobbies as you. So go ahead and reach out to one, find them on Instagram. They're all on Instagram, and legit just send a DM because a lot of them will respond and tell you, come on in.
That's something that's very crucial is networking, because we're all here for the same reasons, and I like to surround myself with like-minded people.
If you're looking for a way to find people who have a lot in common with you and also make some friends, join some organizations on campus. We already mentioned them, but like if you're a film major and you're looking for other film buffs, go to OwlTV. If you're somebody who's into broadcast journalism, Owl Radio. If you want to be a politician, maybe join SGA, Freshman First Year Council.
I do feel like it's really easy, especially in your early years, to like put too much on your plate. So I would really recommend to just try a few clubs your freshman year, see if those really spark interest. And if they do, keep doing them. And if they don't, that's okay. You have 3 more years or maybe even more to find new clubs. Everybody goes at their own pace, and you really shouldn't try to do something just because everybody else is saying that it's cool. Find your own path.
Don't be scared to put yourself first. I have a very big problem not doing that, and I burnt out real quick. So like if your friends are trying to go out every single day of the week, your friends are trying to socialize, go to parties, do stuff, do it. Like by all means, do it, have fun. But don't drain your social battery for the sake of other people.
One thing I can say is that college is a fun time. You should enjoy it and just make the best of it, so get yourself out there, join some things, and try to have fun. You only live once.
You'll hear everyone tell you it goes really, really quick. They're not lying. It does. Really enjoy it, really savor the time, because I would write a blank check to go back and do it all over again.
And this has been College Code.
With your bestest tips from your bestest people.
And don't forget to tune in for the next episode.